Guys, back again with another video here, and I hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, whatever time it is, wherever you guys are. And right now, I just want to talk to you guys about something that I have noticed. I posted a video recently talking about the inconsistency in Call of Duty, and someone commented on it with something that really piqued an old theory of mine, right? And he said something along the line of, the inconsistency is more apparent from gunfight to gunfight. And that's true, but here's my theory on this whole inconsistency with Call of Duty. If you guys haven't noticed, or maybe a couple of you guys have noticed, but even before I get into all of that, if you're new around here, hit the subscription button, turn on your notification so you never miss when I post a video. And if you like the content or even can relate with the content, leave a thumbs up on the video and comment down below if you're experiencing any things like this. But let's get into it. So my theory on this is that every playlist has its own EOMM, engagement, optimized, matchmaking, whatever they want to call it, right? And within that, there is skill-based matchmaking, right? So let me break it down a bit. So with the regular playlists, which are from solos to quads, each of those playlists, the engagement matchmaking that is in there, it affects your connection, your frames, your TTK, right? You will notice that in these playlists, it's different. Your frames will be different. Your connection will be different. Even down to the audio sometimes will play out differently depending on the playlist that you're in. And you'll notice that your TTK in certain playlists is a little bit longer than it should be, or it feels that way. If you find that one playlist where your engagement matchmaking is working not as it is intended by Activision, and I say that in that manner because normally when you go into a game, you're expecting everything to play out smoothly, your frames, your connection, and your TTK. If you get a match like that, just know that your skill-based TTK per gunfight will be okay. But if you go into a playlist where the engagement matchmaking is intended to play out as Activision has designed it, your frames will be different. You'll notice a little bit of lag, a little bit of screen tearing. Your connection, your ping might be higher than it should be, but we can't really look at the ping indicator on the screen because we have learned that that's not always the case with the game. And your TTK will vary. Sometimes it takes the right bullets. Sometimes it feels like it takes less bullets. And sometimes it feels like it takes a little bit more than it should. When you're in a lobby or in a playlist that their engagement matchmaking service is working as they intended to. So when that person commented on the video and mentioned that, it prompted that theory to pop up in my head again. And it's something that I have been testing off stream. When you go into solos and quads, everything feels different per those playlists. Sometimes you'll go in, you'll find everybody in the lobby. Sometimes the lobby will die off extremely fast and you're like, hey, the lobby just started. Sometimes you'll go in, you can't find anyone, and as soon as you step out, you're like the man at the starting line with the gun, and as soon as you go, pow, everyone starts shooting, and you're like, you didn't know that anyone was there, you didn't hear anything, but there was like 2-3 teams around you. These are the things that go on a per playlist basis. For example, again, let's take Lockdown and Plunder. Two of the playlists that you can just go in, do whatever you want, and have fun at the end of the day. Those playlists, especially Plunder, I have noticed that Plunder's EOMM and SBMM is different from quads, trios, duos, and solos. If you go into a quads playlist, for example, play one match and then switch over to Plunder, which is also a subsidiary, I'm going to put it that way, of quads, you'll notice that the skill-based matchmaking is down. You still have sweats in it, depending on which lobby you get into. But the engagement matchmaking of Plunder is so turned down that you can go in and you can shoot someone and they will actually die with the recommended or the required amount of bullets to kill that person. Right? And if you go into lockdown, it's a little bit, it varies. Sometimes it's a little bit more than what it should be, and sometimes it's a little bit less than it should be. I don't know why Activision has it like this, but it sucks and it's very manipulative, and they really need to stop it. It is something that I have been noticing a few months back, but I decided not to really speak on it because, it's a theory. Nothing is really concrete. But as you go through, you see other YouTubers talking about EOMM and SBMM and the pattern that Activision has. It really gets you to start thinking. And as you play the game and go into different playlists, you start understanding that it's not your connection. This game will make you think that it's your internet. And I was playing yesterday in the afternoon and my game started lagging. And I was like, hey, I can't understand why. But the only thing that was different between the morning and the evening when I was playing that might have prompted the laggy experience that I was having while playing Plunder was that there was one more person on the internet, and that person was watching Netflix. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not streaming. I have really good internet. Why is it that if I have one more person on my internet watching Netflix, it's prompting my game to lag? And I'm like, no, that can't be it. And I've also noticed, and you need to be careful of this. This is another theory that I have that might affect your engagement matchmaking. Be careful of whom you party up with for the team-based modes, from duos up to quads. And here's why I say this. I've noticed that playing alone, my connection is good. My TTK, my frames, all of that is good. But if I play with certain persons, all of that gets thrown out the window. It's like my shots are not hitting. It's like they're seeing me before I'm seeing them, even though I'm seeing them before they're seeing me. But the interaction is so manipulated that it seems like they saw me before I saw them. Right? And then when I go back to playing by myself, it's like the same thing. And if I close the game and come back in, it's as if none of that never happened. It goes back to normal to some extent. So you also have to take into consideration those that you play with when it comes on to how the engagement matchmaking is structured. It sounds really messed up, and I wish it wasn't like that. But hey guys, I'm out of time, and this is where I'm going to end the video. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and let me know what you think down in the comment section below. All right, guys, peace out.